This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Topping our news this evening, the effort to improve pedestrian safety along a very busy stretch of road near downtown Sarasota.
The Florida Department of Transportation has come up with a simple fix to help those trying to cross US 301 between Fruitville Road and 10th Street. ABC7's Adam Cellini joins us with a live look at the evening traffic over there and more on this proposed solution. Adam?
Yeah, Scott and Jacqueline, good evening. As you can see behind me, nothing out of the ordinary for this stretch of road. Getting a little busy at the 5 o'clock hour, but still very difficult for pedestrians who don't want to walk to the streetlights to cross that road. Now, what FDOT is proposing is a raised median for the middle of this nearly half-a-mile stretch of road. It will give pedestrians two different areas that they could stand on as a safe haven as they're trying to cross this busy stretch. Antonia Fuentes worries about her customers leaving La Primavera supermarket along US 301, especially those on foot.
Well, there's like a lot of accidents. We don't know if it's because of the people crossing, trying to go to the other side, or it's just probably the cars get distracted. Sarasota police report 10 vehicle versus pedestrian crashes here since 2014, 5 of which were last year. Watch as 2 women and a little girl try to cross the street, stopping in the center turn lane as full-speed traffic races by. It's a common and dangerous sight here.
It's always dangerous, especially at night if you can't see anything, and people sometimes are like distracted and they don't pay attention to the road. In a $500,000 project proposal that will include a crosswalk, improved drainage, and updated curb ramps between Mound and Main Streets, the Florida Department of Transportation is proposing a raised median for this section of road, featuring wider areas across from the 7-Eleven and Popeyes for pedestrians to wait, and an opening at 7th Street for turning, which Metropolitan Planning Organization Director Dave Hutchinson believes can ultimately improve traffic.
It's also one of our high crash locations, and it's a hot spot for safety emphasis. Eliminating some of those turning movement conflicts can reduce crashes
and give walkers like Tidarion Taylor more peace of mind crossing the road.
I think that's a great idea too, because if you put a median there, it's two sides, you got traffic coming and traffic going, so I think that'd be safe too for a lot of the residents with the kids here.
Now, FDOT will be holding a public hearing on these plans next Thursday at City Hall, but a day earlier, the city themselves are holding a different meeting with more pedestrian safety proposals for 4th Street and 2nd Street. And as you can see, 4th Street right here runs into 301, so it's all involved. If you like walking or biking around downtown, you're encouraged to attend both. We'll have the details of where and when you need to be to put in your own public input on our website, mysuncoast.com. For now, live in Sarasota, I'm Adam Cellini. Scott and Jacqueline, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Adam. And just a reminder, if you are heading out for dinner tonight after work, you may want to avoid US 41. Starting tonight at 7 o'clock and running until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, US 41 between 9th and 15th Street in Sarasota will see lane closures. The closures come as work begins on the roundabouts at 10th and 14th Street. The 10th Street boat ramp, however, will remain open.
The U.S. Coast Guard is modifying the operating schedule of 4 Suncoast bridges. Those bridges include the Stickney Point Drawbridge, the Siesta Drive Drawbridge, Cortez Bridge, and the Anna Maria Bridge. Now, in the past, those bridges would go up 2 times per hour while in season and 3 times during the off-season. But because vehicle traffic is busy year-round now, the decision was made to limit openings to just 2 times an hour.
Thanks to a new addition, those who have served in the military will now have an easier way of identifying themselves as veterans. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs announcing today a National Veterans Identification Card. With this card, veterans with honorable service will no longer need to carry around their paper documents to obtain veteran discounts. It is also standard in all 50 states. ABC7 spoke to the chairman of the Manatee County Veterans Council this morning about the new addition. He says being able to easily show proof of service comes in handy at retail stores.
So you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, some of these other places, and you end up with, well, we need this form, you need to have a DD form 214, or you need to have this, we'll take a medical card from the VA. There's no standardization.
Veterans who want to apply for an ID card can do so on our website. Just go to mysuncoast.com and you should receive that card within 60 days.
Good idea there. All right, the birthday boy, Bob Harrigan, is off tonight, so let's get to meteorologist Josh Stone with our first alert weather. Josh?
Yeah, guys, I'm in for Bob tonight. It is a beautiful day, though, for Bob's birthday. 80 degrees. Look at our tower cam here in downtown Sarasota. Not a cloud in the sky. It's absolutely gorgeous thanks to this dry air that's above us that's suppressing any sort of cloud development or moisture develop. I mean, a few clouds develop later in the afternoon today, but those are just some passing clouds. Let's check out the current temperature right now. Once again, 80 degrees dew point, a lovely 55. In the summertime, we see those dew points up to the mid-70s at times. Radar, very quiet. Some isolated showers off the east coast of Florida, but those are starting to wind down. Our radar will remain very quiet for this evening thanks to the dry air that's above the state of Florida. Shows up in tan here on the water vapor imagery. And as far as your evening planner goes, very mild, very pleasant conditions. You may want to bring a light jacket if you're going to be out later on this evening. And then early tomorrow morning, we could have some patchy fog that develops. I have more in the forecast when I come back.
All right, thank you, Josh. The accused Tampa serial killer making his first court appearance today. 24-year-old Howell Emmanuel Donaldson III is accused of shooting and killing 4 people in the Seminole Heights neighborhood in Tampa. Donaldson wore a smock made to prevent him from hurting himself while the judge spoke to him through a video link. She ordered him to be held without bond until his next hearing. A state attorney on the case says the death penalty is definitely on the table at this time.
I will evaluate all the aggravating and mitigating evidence in this case to determine whether there is a legal basis to seek the death penalty under U.S. Supreme Court and Florida law. And if the case satisfies the legal requirements, and if it's consistent with what the defendant, the victim's families want, then we will seek the death penalty.
Donaldson was arrested at an Ybor City McDonald's after they received a tip that he asked a manager to hold his loaded gun, which police say was used in the murders. Police also say they are presenting cell phone data and shell casings as evidence.
After a Riverview High School student was arrested for showing students a handgun on a school bus, authorities later revealed that student was a convicted felon allowed to attend school. Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, Jess Dowdrick looks into the issue of felons in our public schools, while both Manatee and Sarasota County school districts work to keep safe, nurturing, and disciplined learning environments. Some students are walking the halls with criminal records that neither parents nor fellow students are aware of.
Well, we probably have several hundred children a year coming through the juvenile court in Sarasota for a variety of offenses. Could be shoplifting all the way up to armed burglary. We also look at
Tonight at 7, we'll hear from both Manatee and Sarasota County school districts to see how each handles the issue of felons in our schools.
ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now. Richard, as we end the the month of November, it is a record-setting close on Wall Street, is what I understand.
Jacqueline, I've got so many numbers bouncing around in my head right now. It is just an amazing, amazing streak that we've had. Now, as November finishes on the upside, the Dow Jones Industrial Average has been up for 8 months in a row. And perhaps the most amazing, this calendar year, the Dow has crossed 20,000, 21,000, 22,000, 23,000, and yes, today, 24,000. The reason today, Senator John McCain came out shortly before 11 o'clock, said he will support the Senate's version of the budget bill, and Wall Street was all over it. They thought it was terrific. Let's take a look at the numbers, and indeed, very impressive they are. Look at that. The Dow was up 331 points, 1.4% at 24,272.35 on heavy volume of 808 million shares. The NASDAQ up 3/4 of a point, almost 50 points at 6,873.97. That on volume of 1,947 million shares. And also a strong day for the S&P, up 0.8%, 21.5 points at 2,647.58. Well, speaking of strong days, there you see the name Kroger. Kroger has been struggling. Their stock has been struggling because everybody in the food business is competing with Amazon and Walmart. Well, Kroger came out today and said that their same-store sales were ahead by 1.1%. Their earnings came in 10% ahead, and they also said from a guidance standpoint, they do think going forward their business will continue to increase. And I found this very interesting. They are the 3rd largest private employer in this country, employing 443,000 people. The only ones larger are Walmart and Amazon.com. That is a big organization.
Wow.
In good company there.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about the month of December? This starts tomorrow, of course.
Well, as I've said before, the trend is your friend, but historically, December is an up month, the famous Santa Claus rally. So if Santa Claus shows up, boy, we're just off to the races one more time.
All right. Richard, thanks so much.
You're very welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight. It's the end of hurricane season. We'll look back at the year and the latest on debris pickup here on the Suncoast.
And Josh Stone will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, what age group is diagnosed the most with arthritis? We'll have the answer coming up in Health Smart.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Naomi, my California closet designer, has been my partner in crime. She was genuinely fun to work with. We have had a ball collaborating on the 8 units that we have done in our home. The closets in the house are great, but the den is what everyone comments on when they walk in the house. And it's so beautiful. They say, whoa, who did that? And I said, it's California Closets. My name is Melissa, and this is my California Closet story.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
The 2017 Atlantic hurricane season is officially over today. Thank goodness. A huge sigh of relief for the Suncoast and other parts of the country and Caribbean. There were 17 named storms this season, and of those, 6 were major hurricanes. 3 of those storms, Harvey, Irma, and Maria, hitting U.S. soil. Damage estimates for those storms ranging from $300 to $475 billion. But while 2017 was a busy Atlantic hurricane season, it was not a record year in relation to the number of storms. The Atlantic hurricane season of 2005, remember that one? They had 28 named storms, of which 15 were hurricanes. Well, Sarasota County is now in its second round of collection for any remaining storm debris from Hurricane Irma. That second sweep is expected to be complete by Christmas. If you live in Manatee County, officials say storm debris collection should be done by December 18th. Thank goodness.
Certainly a big sigh of relief that it is over, but we know sometimes here in Florida it could come a little later.
Sometimes. I know back in 2005 we had storms in December.
Right.
It's kind of a crazy year. But we did have 10 hurricanes this year, in the Atlantic Basin and 7 tropical storms. Wow. So a total of 17 named storms, and it was an impressive year, no doubt. Let's check out the map here, the graphic, and you can see some notable names, starting with Harvey, which was a Category 4 storm. That was the first major storm to blow up in the Gulf of Mexico and make landfall in the United States since Wilma back in 2005. We all know about Irma, and then of course another notable one was Maria. Both Irma and Maria were Category 5 storms, and of course Category 5 storms are the strongest storms you can get on Earth. And looking at the tropics right now, nothing to show you here. Some flare-ups in the Atlantic, but this is moving eastward. At this time of the year, you have a lot of upper-level wind shear. These cold fronts come down from Canada. They have a lot of punch to them, and they just take these things that try to develop here in the mid-Atlantic and move westward, but they can't because the upper-level winds are strong. Also, the water temperature starts to cool down as well. Well, we had a beautiful day today. High pressure was in control. Other than a few stray passing clouds, we really had sunny skies throughout the entire day. It was absolutely beautiful. Current temperature right now in Sarasota, 80 degrees, 81 in Venice, 81 in Northport, 79 in Arcadia. Here's the weather stories today. Well, today is happy birthday to Bob Harrigan. It's also the last day of the 2017 hurricane season, and then what can we expect for the upcoming weekend? Much of the same as what we experienced today. Sunny skies and dry conditions. A few speckles of showers here on the radar off the Atlantic and some down here in South Florida, but those are very isolated and not really producing much rain at all. So high pressure in control. There is a trough. Low pressure here around the panhandle of Florida, but this is going to be stagnant here. It's going to turn into a stationary front and really not sag its way southward. So high pressure is really going to be the feature in our forecast. Dry air shows up in tan, and that is going to suppress any sort of moisture over the next several days. Not much to show you here. The area of low pressure in the panhandle of Florida, well, there's a stationary boundary that stretches all the way up the eastern seaboard here. So there's some shower activity over there, but everything for the most part is very quiet on the national picture. We have pretty much what we call a zonal flow, everything moving directly from the west towards the east. You can see 40s to the north, 50s in the center portions of the country. You go further south, gets a little bit warmer, but this is the place to be with temperatures in the upper 70s, low 80s, and you gotta love that low humidity. Okay, for the boaters, on our Friday, expect a northeasterly wind becoming north, about 5 to 10 knots. Seas 1 to 2 feet with a light chop in the bay. At the beach, it'll be 79. UV index about 5. Well, maybe it could be a little bit higher. Just make sure you put your sunscreen on if you're going to be out and about for a long time on the beach tomorrow. The tides, your low tide will be at 5:19 a.m., the high tide at 11:16 in the morning. Tonight, we drop down to 62, mostly clear conditions, but just look out for some patchy fog that could develop after midnight. Tomorrow, we'll wake up to some of that patchy fog, but we'll climb up to a high of 80, which is above the average of 76. And there you go. Over the next several days, well, high pressure is in control, and what can we say? Lower 80s, upper 70s, not bad. However, late next week, things start to change. We do have a cold front that's going to come down, bring us some widespread showers, pick up the winds, and drop our temperatures. Back to you.
All right, Josh, thank you. Let's get a check of first alert traffic right now. We're seeing some of the typical areas that are a little slow this time of day. You can see the bridges over the Manatee River, a little red there, slow going at this point, but I-75 all green pretty much at this point, just a one little slowdown near the University Parkway exit, and then Lorraine Road also there, and US 41 slow going as you head north near Bee Ridge Road.
In health news tonight, the majority of people diagnosed with new arthritis pain each year are people 65 years old or younger. Kim Hutcherson explains in today's Health Minute.
Arthritis is more common in the United States than previously thought, especially in people 65 years of age and younger. That's according to new research published by the Arthritis and Rheumatology Medical Journal. Data from more than 33,000 participants in the 2015 National Health Interview Survey found that more than 19% of men and 16% of women aged 18 to 64 years reported some joint symptoms without a doctor diagnosis. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says almost 55 million American adults have had a doctor diagnose them with painful joint inflammation and stiffness. The majority of current cases of arthritis are among people under the age of 65. The Arthritis Foundation suggests these tips for managing pain associated with arthritis. Take any medication as prescribed by your doctor. Manage your weight and stay active. Water aerobics, yoga, and walking can help reduce joint pain and improve flexibility. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
A small but growing number of U.S. hospitals are now offering a delicate operation to help cancer patients. The surgery replaces lymph nodes lost in cancer treatment, a side effect known as lymphedema. Lymphedema is a chronic swelling, often in an arm or a leg, that in severe cases can be disfiguring, impair mobility, and cause disabling pain. It also currently has no cure. But with the replacement of those lymph nodes, it can make it easier to live with.
I had a hard time lifting things. The mobility in this arm was restricted. It made things, normal, everyday tasks, very difficult. So when I woke up and my arm was so much lighter and the aching and the heaviness was gone.
Millions of Americans are estimated to have some degree of lymphedema, and while it can be hereditary or result from an injury, many U.S. cases are a lasting side effect of treatment for a variety of cancers. Coming up, explosions caused by a junkyard fire shake up an Ohio neighborhood and an unusual sight at a Mississippi middle school. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips, and some will take you back in time to the Civil Rights Movement or even the Civil War. You boys play nice now. From Helen Keller to Hamlet. Check out these big guns. We're talking the USS Alabama. Alabama's got 100 road trips. Plan yours at alabama.travel.
Which one you gonna take?
Do you have type 2 diabetes, which requires daily blood monitoring? If you have diabetes, are you on Medicare, Obamacare, or other health insurance? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for diabetic testing supplies at little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. Our accredited staff will handle all of your paperwork for free. And best of all, your diabetic testing supplies are shipped directly to your home for free. Call now to see if you qualify for a meter upgrade and a free pedometer to monitor your daily walking. Use alternate testing sites, a smaller blood sample, and even hear your results out loud. Will you qualify for diabetic testing supplies and an upgraded meter covered by Medicare, Obamacare, or health insurance at little to no out-of-pocket cost to you?
Find out for free by calling the Diabetes Resource Center at 1-800-394-1098. That's 1-800-394-1098, 1-800-394-1098.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Some people who live near the Cleveland Metro Parks Zoo in Ohio may have woken up to the sound of explosions this morning.
That's because of a salvage yard caught on fire. Take a look. Dozens of cars erupting into flames. The smoke was thick as the fire department worked through the morning to put out this fire. In the video, white sparks you see there are caused when water hits magnesium, which is typically used in older cars.
And when you think about camping, you probably don't think of a rooftop terrace, champagne, and the Beverly Hills skyline, but that is exactly what you'll get if you go glamping or glam camping at a Four Seasons hotel in Beverly Hills. The hotel looking to reach its more adventurous guests by offering them an extremely luxurious tent on the roof. But in case you were wondering, the entire experience starts at $3,500 a night.
To mark the upcoming 100th anniversary of the discovery of the Egyptian pharaoh's resting place, artifacts from King Tut's tomb are going on tour. The exhibit will go on view at the Los Angeles Museum in March as part of a 10-city international tour. The exhibition represents the largest collection of artifacts and gold from Tutankhamun's tomb ever to go on public display outside of Egypt.
Well, it was a wild day for middle school students in Enterprise, Mississippi. That is after a deer found its way into the middle school and hoofed it through the hallways. Oh my, you can see students scurrying to get out of the way as the animal slides out the door, just narrowly missing them all. Luckily, no one was injured in that surreal incident. Administrators are calling this a first for the school, some joking that the deer must have been trying to enroll because the school district is that good.
I think the football coach saw the speed of that deer and wanted to
recruit
sign him up. Yeah.
That's pretty entertaining.
Wow.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a workforce housing project in Northport moving forward.
We'll take a look at the development and what it will bring to that area. Stay with us.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
So I never had closet systems before. Our designer, Bridget, was able to listen and ask the right questions, taking our ideas and making them happen. We were totally satisfied from beginning to end. I knew the California Closets would help me with every aspect of the design process, and they delivered 100%. My name is Teresa, and this is my California Closet story.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
For 30 years, it's been an honor for the Michaels on Ice team to serve you.
We love that our restaurant, wine cellar, and ballroom have become your favorite gathering places, and we love catering your parties.
From everyday celebrations to life's greatest occasions, please join us soon for new culinary adventures. A toast to 30 years.
And to many more.